Here I'm going to demonstrate using a tree diagram, and we're going to imagine that we're flipping a coin, and we're flipping the coin 3 times, and we're looking at all of the possibilities that we can get. So once again, it's a tree diagram. However, when you flip a coin, if you get a head the first time, the second flip, you've still got the possibility of getting a head. And so that means that we are using replacement. Every time we flip the coin, we can get a head or a tail. So if we once again start our tree diagram, on the first flip we've got the choice of either getting a head or a tail. On the second flip, if we got a head on the first event, we still have the possibility of getting a head or a tail, and if we got a tail on the first event, we could still get a head or a tail on the third. Once again, we can continue along here. On our third flip, we still have head or tail, head or tail, head or tail, and head or tail. And so then we can follow the branches to show the outcomes. On 3 flips here, we got a head, then a head, then a head. Here we got a head, head, tail. Here we got a head, tail, head. On this branch we've got a head and tail and a tail. Here we got a tail and a head and a head. Here we got a tail, a head and a tail. And our last branch down the bottom here, we've got a tail and then a tail and then a head and then a tail and then a tail and then a tail. And so this tree diagram has allowed us to logically go through all of the possibilities and list all of the possible outcomes that we could have got in 3 tosses of the coin. So when we add these up, you can see that there's 4, 5, there's 8 possible outcomes, and so that means that the probability of getting 3 heads in a row would be 1 chance in 8. If you wanted to calculate probabilities where in 3 tosses you got 2 heads, then you'd look for all of the occurrences that have 2 heads. So here's just 2 heads, there's just 2 heads, there's just 2 heads, here's just 2 heads. So 3 of these possibilities have got just 2 heads, and so that way the chance then of getting just 2 heads in 3 coin tosses would be 3 chances in the 8, and so 3 eighths. And so you can use this then, once you've determined the outcomes, you can use this to then determine the probability of different coin toss outcomes.